Hello there, my friends. How are you all doing? It has been a while, hasn't it? I was looking the other day and I think it's been over a year or coming up to a year. I can't remember since the last time I picked up the camera to film a cleaning video. And it's been a roller coaster of a year. However, I thought we'd have a little bit of a catch up today while I do a little bit of a clean on the kitchen. It's not going to be a big full deep clean, but it's going to be, let's go with intermediate clean. The kitchen hasn't been done properly for maybe a week and a half since it's had a proper clean down. Obviously I'm wiping it down each day, but since it's had a proper clean up. And I thought, do you know what, Kerry? Pick up the camera, reconnect with people. It's been a long time. So here I am. I hope you guys are all doing really, really well. I'm so sorry that I have been just completely AWOL for the longest time. It's been, I can't believe how long it's been. It really doesn't feel like that much time elapsed since I last spoke to you all. It was only when I was looking back at my videos, my previous videos, that I realised it was last summer that I last put a video out. So I apologise for that. But here I am anyway. Let's have a bit of a catch up, shall we? So, what's been going on in my little world? Well, I pretty much, not completely, not absolutely crazy, but pretty much have had a complete mental rewire is all I can really describe it as. When I last spoke to you guys last summer / early autumn, it was getting to the good bit of the year as well, I was just completely and utterly overwhelmed in every single aspect of my life. Every single aspect. And the thought of picking up the camera and having to kind of almost put a brave face on it for you all felt wrong. Not only was I completely exhausted with it, but I didn't really want to lie to you guys. And I thought, you know what? Maybe just take a month off. That's all it was supposed to be. A month off, and then kind of reconnect after that little bit of time's elapsed, after I've had a bit of rest, after I've caught up. And life just snowballed, completely crazily snowballed. So when I last spoke to you, I believe I had just got my new job in the kitchen at a local school, doing the baking. I don't know if I was even doing the baking last time I spoke to you. Okay, let me catch you right up. I got my new job at the beginning of September last year. So 2025, got my new job. And my job was, like I say, in the kitchen of a local secondary school. And I was to be a kind of general assistant, you know, just kind of serving food, cleaning up, doing the tills, preparing bits, just a general kitchen hand at this new job. And almost immediately, they actually asked me to do the baking. I love a bit of baking. It is one of my small joys in life. Baking, gardening, crafting, Christmas. That's pretty much me in a nutshell. So I absolutely jumped at the chance to do the baking at the school, and I've been doing it ever since. Now, I was warned when I first got this job about how exhausting it is. And I went into it thinking that I knew what an exhausting job felt like. I did not know what an exhausting job felt like until I started this job. I thought that I had had strenuous jobs before. This was something else. But I thought, you know what, Kerry, I think it's 6.5 hours a day that I work. Obviously, it's a school. You're not there until late in the evening unless you're a poor teacher, poor things. You know, I'm usually out by kind of 2:30, 3 o'clock. And I thought, it's not that long of a day. You will get used to it. Your body will get used to the extra strain. Your mind will get used to, trying to keep up with things. And honestly, it didn't. It honestly didn't. That job is the most physically and mentally demanding job I have ever had. And I blinking love it. I really, really love my job. I work with a really good bunch of people in a really supportive and fair and friendly environment. But yeah, it's a lot. I have to be on my toes all the time. I have to be thinking 8 steps ahead all the time to be keeping up with the just the amount of baked stuff that all these kids eat, which is insane to me. And so when I would get home from work, where I would usually be picking up the camera and doing a little bit of filming for you guys, it was everything I could do to stay awake past 6 p.m. Honestly, everything I could do to stay awake past 6 p.m. I would come home, I would flop onto the sofa for a couple of hours, rest for a bit, rest my mind, rest my body, and then get up, make dinner, and fall immediately into the shower and bed. That was my life for the majority, has been for the majority of this year. So I am fortunate. I do work in a school. I do get weekends off. I do get school holidays off. We do have to go in on kind of inset days and things like that. And we have to go in and get set up, a couple of days before the kids come back to school after holidays like this big, long summer holiday that we're in right now. But I'm quite lucky to have that. I'm really lucky to have that. But boy, do you need it to recharge. I really get it now. I understand it now. So yeah, I've just been on this roller coaster of stress and fatigue and just not feeling like I'm doing enough, not feeling like I am enough as a person. And it really, really it really got me. I couldn't even bear the thought of picking up the camera and, making a video for you fine people. I just couldn't do it. It was everything I could do to keep functioning, to keep the house clean, to keep the food deliveries coming in, to make the meals, to manage the budget, was everything I could do. And now it's just, I think I'm finally almost there with it. Now that could just be the school holidays talking. I am on currently, where are we? Week 4 of the school summer holidays. I have spent a lot of time just sitting, existing, reading books, taking care of myself, taking care of a few jobs around the house. And yeah, it's taken me that long to actually think, okay, it's time to get off my bum and start some filming again. So I don't know how frequent the videos will be once I go back. I really hope that I've kind of got it all sussed now and that I can still pick up the camera on the weekends and during the school holidays. But it will be a case that the cleaning videos might not be as frequent as they were before. If I remember correctly, I was putting a video out each week, or possibly 2 videos out each week beforehand. That is probably going to either happen less frequently, or it will be kind of one room at a time rather than doing a whole house clean at a time. I feel like those videos were just a little bit too long. They were definitely very tiring to film, very tiring to edit, and very stressful. I'm quite a nervous person, quite introverted, quite nervous, and the thought of you guys seeing my house, I know this is like a cleaning channel, right, and a house cleaning and house channel, but the thought of you guys seeing my home on some days where it was worse than I would like for it to be was really difficult for me, and I found it quite stressful. And so what would usually be something that I would do in a day, like I could do a full house clean in a day, and I often do, would take me much longer to film because I was embarrassed about the mess and almost kind of pre-cleaning before I filmed the cleaning videos, which is not, it's not what I was going for. So the cleaning videos, they will be as and when I pick up the camera and as and when I clean certain areas. My house is a bit of a wreck at the moment because I've been doing some projects. So I do have a lot to clean. I should probably just mention all that black stuff on the side of that little cover there for the bottom of the boiler is where I tried some peel and stick tiles over the main tiles. And I cleaned the residue off the rest of the tiles. I just haven't got to that bit yet. They're really difficult to remove and I don't want to. So that's going to remain there for some time. As for the videos, I am filming and uploading videos onto my second channel at the moment. My second channel is called Creating Kez, and I will try and link it below. Sometimes the link works, sometimes it doesn't. I don't know why, but I will try and link it below for you so you guys can go and have a look over there. But that channel, I really want to concentrate more of my kind of home improvements and lifestyle kind of, I wouldn't say leveling up, but I feel like I'm in the midst or potentially coming to the end of, thank goodness, a little bit of a midlife crisis. And I've been trying to learn about myself. I feel like I am at the stage of life where you actually get to become yourself. Like, you go through childhood and you become a parent, if you choose to do so. You become a parent, you have partners, and you know you're kind of living for other people. And then you get to the age I am 41 years young, and I am starting to think about me. I'm starting to think about the future that lies ahead of me after my children have grown and left home and they're going out and doing their own things with their own lives. And then, you know, what's going to become of me on the other side of it. And at this precise moment in time, I'm not really sure what that's going to be. I have been, you know, trying to learn about myself a bit and trying to find what I enjoy and what makes me content and happy, what makes me excited, and what I'm really not looking for. So I'm kind of leaning into the old me, which I thought would be very, very easy to do. I thought that it would be incredibly easy to pick up where I left off before I had children. And I thought that I would still enjoy the things now that I enjoyed back then. And I am finding no, I don't enjoy the things now that I did back then. There are some things that I enjoy, but I enjoy them differently to how I did when I was younger. I don't really know how to explain it. But yeah, I'm kind of rediscovering myself. And as I'm going along and kind of rediscovering myself, stamping my mark on my own life, I am making videos and putting them onto my other channel. Now at the moment there's not many on there. There's some old Christmas vlogs. I think I did like a vlogmas. I started a vlogmas before the brown stuff hit the whirly thing, and yeah, I'm starting to get some videos up there now where I'm basically just trying to make little things in my life a little bit easier, make a little bit more sense. So one week that might be addressing a part of the house that I don't like. One week that might be trying a new hobby or going to a new place, or, you know, just different things that are going to point me in the direction that I want to be going, you know, as I move into this new stage of life that's laying ahead of me. So there's a couple of things that I know for sure that I want to do and that will be coming up in, I wouldn't say the near future, but also not the distant future. So the main thing that I'm thinking about at the moment is I would really like to move. I would like to move somewhere in the country that is a bit more central to things so that I can visit my sister a little bit easier on the train. At the moment, it is 3 or 4 trains depending on what time of the day I would leave to go to my sister's, and it would cost about £50 each way. So going to visit my sister's not really a realistic thing unless I go up with my dad at the moment. And I'm finding that I'm going up there less and less. Now, there are a few other issues why I can't visit up there at the moment, which we are trying to address between myself and my sister. And we'll get there. We'll get it sorted. We'll get it all figured out. But for now, I really want a little bit of a new start, a little bit of a change. And so where I'm kind of focusing on moving in the next 5 years, I'm really just wanting to get this house buttoned up for the next people that come along. I live in a housing association home. I have done for the entirety of my adult life. So it would be a council / association, housing association mutual exchange that I'll be doing, which has its own set of pitfalls. You know, they say moving house is one of the most stressful things that you can do in your life, and I absolutely agree when I think about all the ins and outs of it. You know, if you're buying a home, you've got stamp duty and legal fees and people backing out at the last minute, and you kind of have that with a mutual exchange. I think it's more people backing out that's the issue. A lot of people are just kind of a bit nosy. They just want to go and see what kind of a house they can get in a different area, what kind of a lifestyle they could have in a different area, and then they go, actually, nah, I'm just going to stay put. Or that people just like going around looking at other people's houses, And certainly when I was trying to do a mutual exchange years and years ago, before I got this house, it was a huge issue of people constantly, you'd get up to paperwork stage and then they'd be like, actually, no, I don't think we're going to move now, or actually, I think we're going to move here instead. So I know, although I have a 5-year timeline for moving, I know that potentially it could take longer than that. But I'm trying to get this house ready and in a decent, comfortable state so that people can come and look at this house with a view to an exchange and actually feel at home. I want it to be comfortable. I want the most to be made of storage and decor. I want it to be a really nice place. We don't live in a desirable area. It's not a bad area. We've never had any issues here, but it's not a desirable area. It's a very built up, very kind of 1950s, 1960s style university town. So, it appeals to certain people who maybe have children who are going to the university, or young adults, I should say, that are going to the university. It could appeal to them. But, it's going to be a difficult one to exchange out of this home. So I'd like to make it as nice as possible, for people who are moving in here, so we've got a better chance of getting an exchange if everything's done and everything's nice, but also for me in the meantime. I would like more areas of my home to be more useful, make a bit more sense, and be more aesthetically pleasing. So if you're interested in the kind of fixing up of the house, obviously you'll see it on this channel as I'm cleaning things, but I think the actual transformations of the spaces are going to happen over on the other channel. Like I say, I'll try and link it below. If for whatever reason I can't link it, just type in creating Kez and you should find it. It does come up quite easily, which will be the channel that I'll put all of that on. But of course it's also going to include a little bit of a lifestyle revamp as well, a little bit of finding out who I am, what I want in life. Who knows, like my future, my midlife future is going to be on that channel, and I find that quite motivating and quite exciting. I've been sat for so long in, I guess it would be a depression of sorts. I tend not to go to my GP when I'm feeling depressed or when I'm feeling low. I previously have been diagnosed with anxiety and depression, which I think, in all fairness, most women have these days. It's the first thing they say: oh, have some anxiety meds. Oh, you must be depressed. So, I don't find that helpful in any way. I think there are certain occasions where medication is needed, like actual, tablet medication is needed. But for me, it just doesn't help me. Yes, it might take the edge off, but in all honesty, it doesn't help me. I would rather just work through the hard times, and if it gets to a point where it's getting really bad, then I'll go to the GP, because I know, in all honesty, they're not really going to help me. I think it's been 5 or 6 years since they referred me for therapy, and I've still not heard anything. So, even if they could help, it's going to take too long. You may as well I myself would rather just try and work through it best I can. And sometimes that means I go quiet for a bit, like I did. I'm trying my best. I really am trying my best to not self-sabotage anymore. It's one of my worst traits. When I feel like the world is getting on top of me, I will almost shoot myself in the foot to make it easier for myself. So quite often I'll disappear, particularly off YouTube. If it gets a little bit too much, I tend to just vanish, mark all my videos as private and just vanish off for a bit and kind of lick my wounds and then come back. I'm really, really trying not to do that anymore. I think I was getting a bit frustrated with YouTube in particular, because although the channel was growing and the subscriber count was doing really well and going up nice and quickly, it was kind of taking from me in other ways. Like, my subscriber count would go up, but my watch hours would go down, and it would be like, oh, you're so close to monetization, and then it would take it away again. And I got very, very frustrated, because I put a lot into these videos. It takes a long time to film, even though it doesn't look like it. It just looks like I'm just wiping around the kitchen, right? It takes a long time to film these videos. It takes a very long time to edit these videos. It takes a lot of patience. It takes a lot of equipment, which you don't really need. You don't really realise that you need until you start making videos for YouTube. And that all requires a lot of upkeep, constant purchasing of batteries for the camera, rechargeable batteries. They just don't last very long. SD cards, editing software, cloud storage for the video clips that you're trying to use. It is a lot. It really is a lot. But I really am trying to not let you guys down again, and to not let myself down again and give up on this, because I do genuinely enjoy making videos for you. I do genuinely enjoy reading your comments and replying to you guys. It's so nice to have that kind of contact with you. It feels lovely to have people kind of on my side. So I'm really going to try and not self-sabotage anymore. No promises. If I suddenly go quiet, please just bear with me. I will be back. I just need to be a bit dramatic first, that's all. So that's what's going to be going on. A lot more videos on creating cares. There will still be cleaning videos, because at the end of the day, I'm always going to have a house that I need to clean, and I'm always going to be happy to film that for you guys. I just don't want that to be my kind of sole identity. Anyway, that got a little bit deep, a little bit quickly, but I really wanted to explain truthfully to you guys what was happening with me. So, what else? Obviously, I am still a single parent. Nothing has changed in that way. I don't think I would be looking for a partner right now anyway, even if I was interested. I just don't think that would be something that I'd be looking to do right now. I'm still learning how to be a single parent. I'm still learning how to manage a home and a job and, grown kids while still looking after myself. So yeah, there's a long way to go yet. but I have very, very nearly finished the kitchen at the least. And I think I'm going to move on and do the bathroom, a nice deep clean on the bathroom for the next cleaning video, because by gosh does it need it. It really does. And then, you know, we're going to be moving into autumn and winter on the channels. So channels, I've got two on the channels now. So there's going to be a lot going on, a lot of decorating, a lot of Christmas and autumn content. Obviously, I'm going to try my best to try and do some deep cleans as well. I love doing deep cleans. I think I actually prefer doing a big deep clean on the entire house in the autumn than I do in the spring. It's a weird compulsion in the autumn to just clean and organise and sort everything out. So it's going to be, rather than just a house reset, it's going to be a whole life reset across 2 channels, which is terrifying but exciting at the same time. So I hope that you guys will join me on it, and I hope that you're not too cross with me for vanishing for so long. I really didn't mean to, honestly. It didn't feel like that long, and I've been, you know, watching like my sister's channel grow and you guys be so supportive, and that's brilliant. And you know, I kind of want a bit of that for myself. So I'm going to be here doing videos. I think what's probably best for me is to just not promise, not to be like, oh yeah, I'm going to have a video out every Sunday, not make them kind of promises. The videos will just come out as they come out. It might be that I'll have a really productive week and get 4 videos out, and then it might be that I'll have a very unproductive couple of weeks. And I know that I've spoken about this before with you guys, and I know that you guys understand and you're so supportive, and it's so lovely. And you guys are just like, yep, no bother, just get them out when you get them out. It's no big deal, right? I think I make it a bigger deal in my head than it needs to be. And so, yeah, I need to stop doing that. The videos will come out when they come out. I know that you guys won't be cross with me, and I really hope that you guys will still be glad to have me in your lives and to watch my videos and to join me along on this kind of roller coaster ride of midlife that I'm currently going through. But anyway, I'm going to stop waffling here. You are watching me just finish up the last little bits of the kitchen now. It didn't take all that long, really. I think this is at 2.5 times speed. I'm moving a lot slower than it looks like I'm moving. That will be the heat. I think we're on heat wave number 4 now of the year, and it's been atrocious. I'm not good in the heat. I'm no better in the heat than I am in the extreme cold. I am basically reptilian. I need it at a nice 21, 22 degrees to be happy. Anything other than that, I'm going to be moaning. I'm going to be sitting around. I'm not going to be having a very good time of it. But I'm going to leave you here with me mopping the last little bit of the floor. I really hope that you've enjoyed the video, guys. I've definitely enjoyed the catch up, and I will see you again hopefully very, very soon on either channel. And yeah, have a great time, guys. See you later.